Good morning, everybody. I'm Cristina Romero-Peri with Montage Los Cabos, and I'm going to take you through a little tour of the resort. So,
Thank you, Christina. We're glad to have you with us. I'm Kier Matthews, Director of Sales at Classic Vacations.
Hey everyone, I'm Yepez-Patterson. I am the new Business Development Manager here at Classic.
Great. Christina, give us an update. Tell us what's going on at Montage Los Cabos.
Great. Okay, thanks. So as you may all know, we're located right on Santa Maria Bay in Los Cabos. So we have this beautiful, beautiful swimming beach. So right now it's fabulous because there's lots of space, lots and lots of open air space at the resort. As you can see here, we have a beautiful swimmable beach on the bay. Go here. The resort is located between two little promontories, so it's very, I wouldn't say isolated, but it's very, very, it's exclusive, it's private. There's 124 rooms, and we also have suites, casas, and residences. The residences at this time and the suites, I'm going to focus a little bit on those because those are what, with this whole pandemic going on, what is really a big seller, and they always have been big sellers, but we have two five bedroom suites, casas, and one 3-bedroom casa. And then we have 8 specialty suites. And then the rest of the resort is comprised of rooms and suites, 1 and 2-bedroom suites. We have 3 beautiful pools that kind of cascade down. There's an infinity pool that is an adult-only pool also. There are a couple of views of the pool so you can see there's a lot of space. So we don't have that issue that many of the resorts tend to have where the chaise lounges are all crowded in. There's a lot of room for guests. We do separate between adult and children, so you do have your own private areas. As you can see, there's also a lot of open beach space. We also have beach cabanas down there on the beach, which are really nice. Beautiful spots that are located throughout the resort just to kind of hide out. This happens to be on the upper pool deck. Loads of activities. I kind of wanted to focus a little bit on the activities because we have all kinds of things that you can do while you're at the resort that many of the local resorts don't offer in the destination, just because Los Cabos is not really a swimming area. It's not a place where people can swim, but because we're located right on that Bay of Santa Maria, you can do some great swimming. You can get into the water. We have some sea-doos. We do kayaking and snorkeling expeditions every morning that are complimentary. And then there's all different kinds of water activities that are available for our guests. So that's a great point of distinction for anybody that comes and stays with us. As I mentioned, we also have a Serenity pool, which is adult only. It's located by the spa. This pool has its own private cabanas. It's an amazing spot to just kind of go in and hide away. We have one of the largest spas in Cabo. It's a 40,000 square foot spa, and it offers all kinds of great treatments that are, I mean, I really suggest if you go there to try them. They just really help you relax and come into a space of your own. We also are fortunate to have a golf course, Twin Dolphin Club. This golf course is exclusive to members of Maravilla who own and live there, or to our hotel guests. Otherwise, you can't play on this course. The casas that I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about, this is Casa Santa Maria. So we have 2 5-bedrooms. Casa Santa Maria is 10,500 square feet. It's got tremendous outdoor living space, and everything it's an indoor-outdoor living type of area. So beautiful dining room, the bedrooms are spacious, they face out to the water. This Casa Twin Dolphin is a 3-bedroom casa. It's a little bit more modern and in the style of the rest of the resort. The 2 casas that the 2 5-bedroom casas were part of the original plan, and then they never tore them down because they were so spectacular. And then we built the resort, Montage, and it's a little bit of a more modern, built in a more modern vein, a little bit more modern architecture, and this reflects that. So this is Casa Twin Dolphin. This is a 3-bedroom, beautiful views of the Sea of Cortez, lots of spacious area, pools throughout. And then we have Casa Cardone, which is our other 5-bedroom, which is a little bit more in the other vein that I mentioned. This also has beautiful living space, outdoor areas, kitchens. You can bring in a chef. We actually have a chef. Part of the deal with the Casa is that you get a chef that comes in and cooks for you every morning. So there's butler service. And then one of the other ones I wanted to talk about, or the other types of accommodations we have, are the specialty suites. The specialty suites, we have the presidential, which is a 2-bedroom. It's located right on the beach, so spectacular views. I mean, like you're on the beach. Dining room, it's got bedroom on one side, and then it's 2 king beds, so they're both on either side of the room, and then its own pool, like you saw. We also have residences, and we have 52 of these Montage style residences. They have beautiful indoor, outdoor. The way they're built is a whole big space, kind of like these modern homes are now. So you have your kitchen, the living room, dining room. The ones on the bottom level all have their own plunge pool and a nice little outdoor barbecue area. And these come in 2 and 3 bedrooms, so you can have a family in those. In terms of the dining outlets, we have Marea, which is located right on the beach. So it's a couple steps up, but great views. This is a great restaurant. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the moment. And the entire year it is. Sometimes when it gets a little warm, then we move breakfast up to Mescal. Then we have Mescal, which is our Mexican fine dining, if you will, restaurant. Here we have Chef Odin, who does amazing tasting menus. We do our agave experiences here. This also is an indoor-outdoor restaurant, so it's got this beautiful little terrace, and it's actually got a couple of private tables over on the side. And then something new that we started, I say new because we started it last December, but it caught on and had such tremendous success that we kept it going. Chef Xavier brought in a couple of chefs from Thailand, and we opened Tale, which is a Thai kitchen, basically. It's outdoor. We've moved the location for the second time now, or this is the second location. Before it was on one of the lawns when it was just a pop-up, and then it became so successful with guests, locals, with everybody, that we kind of moved it into a more a location where it can stay and live forever. So it's basically a truck, and the chefs are in there cooking, and it's traditional Thai food, and it's amazing. It's great. It's really something that if you come to Los Cabos, whether you stay with us or not, you should really try Tale. So, and then one of the really nice things we have at this property, which also is a little bit of a feature that's different from anybody else, is we've got great hiking and biking trails all around surrounding us. So on the other side, when you leave the property and hike on over to the other side, or take a car over to the side where the golf course is, which is on the other side of the highway, all around that we have hiking and biking trails. So you can do that. At the end of the property there, we also have archery, paintball, and we have a beautiful glamping site as well. So our guests have loads of activities. So if they're not into the water activities, we've got loads of other things that the guests can do. And this is the glamping site, actually. So this is kind of a nice picture. We're putting together a little s'mores menu now. One of the other things I just wanted to mention quickly is we're doing a culinary series, and we've had quite a bit of success with that. We'll do it 4 times a year. And so we'll, I guess, keep you posted, or keep Kier posted. And then when those come up, because those are great, great opportunities to come and experience the resort. And that's it.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Christina. We appreciate it.
Of course.
We love learning about what's going on in Cabo and what our partners are doing and what's new. The property looks amazing. We've always heard great things about the property, so it looks absolutely amazing. And I hope the advisors who are tuning in to watch this understand how unique it is, in particular around the swimmable beach part. So with that, let's transition into a different part of the Spotlight series where we get to know you a little bit better, Christina, because that's really, also a part of it, because people do business with people that they know and have relationships with. So Chase, take it away. Let's get to know Christina a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Christina actually had the chance to tour Montage last year on a site visit, and it is beautiful. So thanks again for coming on. Just a few questions. You talked a little bit about the expeditions. Do you have a favorite hike or jogging trail where there's like a great view on property?
So, interestingly enough, and I hope you guys had the opportunity to see this, but to the left of the resort, as you face Santa Maria Bay, there's a little spot called El Cielo, and it's up on the left-hand side facing the water. It's a lookout point, and it has about, I would say, 180-degree view of the Sea of Cortez and the hills of Cabo and the bay. I mean, it's spectacular. And you almost feel like you're above the earth up there. It's really interesting. When we did the photo shoots for the hotel, you could see everything. And, you know, we would get up there before dawn and it was spectacular. We actually had a shaman come and christen the resort from El Cielo when we opened. So I would say that that's my favorite spot. It's super exclusive. We've only done a few romantic private dinners in there, but you can like jog. We have a whole jogging area, as I mentioned, around the resort, but then and up by the golf course, but you can jog up to there too. It's about a 5-minute golf cart ride from the resort. So, but it's spectacular. So I would say that's my favorite one, just because of the water and desert. You get both views. Spectacular.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, your property, it's unique because you're right on the beach, and in Cabo, you don't get that very often. So the views there are pretty spectacular. Another question. So one of the most enriching parts of travel is being immersed in the culture. How would you describe the concept of traveling like a local in Cabo?
I would say, I mean, if you have the opportunity, experience everything in the destination, at the resort. The location has so much to offer, especially where we are. We really do have the best of desert and the best of the sea because of the location. Just, I mean, it's just super opportune. But I think, I mean, if you can immerse yourself into that living space and do a little bit of everything, then, you know, the wellness, the food, the traditions, the people, the entertainment, that's really, I think that's the best way to travel like a local, because you really get a little bit of everything. Even going into the little shop and buying little trinkets here and there. I mean, we've got this amazing shop, and there's a lot of shops in the destination, but I love going in there because I feel like I'm in this tiny little area in Mexico, because they bring in all these things from Mexico. It's not just Cabo. So it's a great little, I like to do everything. So yeah, I would do everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And one last question from me, and then I'll turn it over to Kier for a few other questions. If you had one day left at your property, what would you do? And when I toured Montage, I'm not a spa guy, but your answer needs to include the spa because your spa is pretty spectacular.
Well, it actually does. So let's see. My perfect day, I would wake up, open the curtains, and step out into the patio and take in that fresh air, because and the beautiful landscape. It's really something incredible to be able to do that. Then I'd probably head down to the beach, do the morning kayak tour, then go to breakfast at Maria, because that's a must. It's spectacular. There's normally nobody on the beach early in the morning, and it's great. I don't even eat breakfast. So I would have a double espresso, and just take in the hills and the bay and all its splendor. So then I think I'd take in a little bit of pool time, lunch at Maria, because they have amazing fish tacos. I don't know if you guys had a chance to eat those, but those fish tacos and a glass of Mexican rosé are just the bomb. Then I would head to the Montage Spa. So that's the spa, and just indulge. I'd go to the Serenity Pool. I don't know, did you go and experience a treatment when you were there? Because
Unfortunately not. It was a site visit, and it was like 100 and something degrees that day. So the Serenity Pool looked really, really nice. But we couldn't go in. I was in dress clothes, and yeah.
You both have to come back and do it, because
Yeah.
it's really, like, it totally takes you out of your area. I think one of the things, and I'll say this really, really quickly, but I think one of the amazing things about getting to Montage Los Cabos is you come in and you have all the stresses of your everyday, you're on the plane or however you ended up getting there, you're coming from somewhere else. And within an hour of being there, your stress level just goes down. I wish there was a way to measure it, because it's incredible. You just, and you feel yourself. And by the time dinner rolls around or whatever, you're totally relaxed and in a great space. And I'll tell you, the spa for me, because when I go there, I work. So it's not like I get to hang out and just do, but we do get the opportunity to experience these things. And when I go and I do the spa, if I have an off moment, I come out, I feel like a different person. I just want to go to my room and just like fall asleep after. So, but yeah. And they have amazing tea there too. Team from the spa curated these amazing teas, and I'm not a tea drinker, so they serve you these teas that are great, and it's just the whole experience. I mean, they do it right. So, yeah.
Good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I like this. This is good. You know, when I do go one day and check out the property and stay, I know exactly what to do. So we're going to pivot a little bit real quick, Christina. I have a question. So tell us about your career. How did you get to Montage?
Okay.
You know, very briefly. Yeah.
Very briefly. Let's see. I started in West Hollywood at the Sunset Marquis. That was my first job. And then I kind of moved over to L'Hermitage. And believe it or not, when I was working at L'Hermitage, I met the director of sales and marketing. They were just opening Las Ventanas, which is in Cabo. So this is, I would say, 20 years ago. And I took a brochure because I wanted to, I'm like, oh, this is where I'm going to go on vacation next, right? And lo and behold, within a month, I was working there as the sales manager. So I had the great opportunity. I came in like 2 or 3 months after they opened. They had just opened. And I took that position, and then that was it. I never left Cabo ever again. Then after that, I went and I opened One and Only Palmilla because I went with my GM from Las Ventanas. And then I went back to Las Ventanas for a year. Then I took the position when it was Capella. Now it's another hotel down the road, but we opened Capella. And I was in charge of all of Mexico. So I did Ixtapa, Capella Ixtapa, Capella Pedregal. And then I went back to One and Only Palmilla, believe it or not, for about 7 years. And then I came straight from Palmilla to here, to Montage, to open this hotel. So I came a year before pre-opening, and I've been here ever since. And I would never leave it. I love it.
So when did you go to Montage then? What year was that?
I came to Montage in, it was right, this is funny, it was right in September. It's almost like 4 years to the day. September of 2016.
Ah, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. That's good to know. Okay, so I don't like this term, but I'm going to ask it or use it anyway. What's on your bucket list? Where do you want to go? You know, oftentimes whether it's late at night or early in the morning, we're, you know, scrolling through Instagram and looking at, you know, places people have been and where they've gone. Like, what struck your attention? Like, if you could get on a plane and go to one destination right now, where would you go?
So I have two, and I'll tell you why. Because I really, really, really want to go to Turkey. Yeah. My husband is absolutely not. Are you crazy? I'm not going there. And I'm like, why? And so anyway, I really, really want to go to Turkey. But the reality is, and the second one on my list is Japan. So, and that one I think is, I've never been, the only place I've been to in all of Asia is Singapore. So, and I don't know, I'm just completely, I think the whole culture and traditions, I love all that about Japan, or what I think I know about it. So I would love to go experience all of it. So.
I like that. Those are good destinations to want to go to now. I mean, you know, when you think about Japan had become, you know, prior to the pandemic, and I'm sure it's still on people's list, it was really, I used to say in presentations, you know, Japan rising because so many Americans were interested in going. So I can certainly see the allure of wanting to go to Japan. So, you know, we're living in a crazy time, right? I mean, it is what it is. What have you discovered in this crazy time, whether it's about yourself, your family, your work, it doesn't matter. What have you discovered?
That I love gardening, and it's calming. I always had it on my list of like, one day I'll do this, but you know, family, work, it never happens. And all of a sudden, and I work from home, so, but gardening, super cool. And it's hard. I tried to grow my own vegetable garden, and like the plants were dying. I didn't pick the right plants. I planted them close together. Like, so you learn, you know, but So that, and by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but if lettuce gets too much sun, it gets bitter. I didn't know that.
Oh,
So
wow. So we're gonna call you for our gardening tips because
call me for your vegetable gardening. Only vegetable. That's only what I've done. But yeah, here in Southern California, it's been hot this summer, or it's been weird. But in the last couple of weeks, it's been so hot, and then the fires and everything, and my lettuce turned bitter. So go figure.
go figure. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much for that. We now, all the advisors know if they've got some vegetable gardening questions, they know to call you. And for sure, thank you for spending a little bit of time with us and for sharing not only your beautiful property, but a little bit about your life and your favorites. Chase, you got anything you want to say?
That's it, Christina. Thanks again for coming on with us, and I can't wait to get back to Montage and actually go to the spa this time.
And thank you so much to both of you and to Classic. I appreciate it so much. So.